Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. We're still here with Evan and Caitlin. It is a pleasure to have all of you guys here. That is so cheesy.
So it's perfect?
Yes, that's the way. Do we have the knife?
We have the knife.
Ooh. We are working on a 3D printed folding knife with a forged Damascus steel blade. But they have 3D printed knife handles, and that is what this blade is for. And today, we're gonna be finishing this bad boy up. We've got some hand sanding to do, we've got some final fitting to do, and we have a lot of fun to have, so thank you for joining us as we embark on another day here in the shop. We got this bad boy ground up. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna need to sand our flats. Once they're flat, we can then work on the fit up because we know that we've got that. So I think that we will start with some 320 grit. This is PSA adhesive. That means that it has a pressure sensitive adhesive on the back, and when we slap this bad boy down, like so, it's gonna stick. Then, I like soap, Windex, WD-40, all of them seem to work pretty well at this. Okay. But what we need is something to help lubricate the cut and mean that as we are cutting, we're not clogging up the sandpaper quite as much. So what I'll now do is I'll put that on. I'm gonna start working at an angle like this. We're gonna start making our scratch pattern go sideways.
It's satisfying.
Yeah, it's really satisfying. I love hand sanding. So if you imagine we're zooming right into this piece.
Yeah.
We have striations going this way across it. Now, our sandpaper is also going this way. So if we keep sanding here, eventually our sandpaper grains are just riding in the same grooves. And then if we go even closer and we're looking at the very edge of those striations, we cut it and we look at our striations, we're ending up doing this. If this is our sandpaper, we just kind of do this, and we're trying to rely on the sandpaper to cut the sides here and all of that. Like it stops being aggressive after a while.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if these are our striations? Instead of running along them this way, we turn sideways.
Yeah.
Then we have less surface area for each sandpaper grain to cut.
Yeah.
We can be much more aggressive. Once this scratch pattern covers all the way from tip to back, we're good. We can flip it over. And again, on the other side, we'll start diagonally. And then go straight again. So, if you guys want to continue on with that. So what is the plan?
We are going in for our very first test fit.
Does it go in the hole?
Almost everything looks perfect. We just gotta fit that slot right there.
That does look really good, and this is good. We wanted all that clearance, or that extra material to allow us to do the final fit, because we didn't know if it needed to go more this way or more that way.
Another thing we should do is on this swivel right here.
Yep.
I think that it's a little bit too tight.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, it's
So
definitely too tight. We gotta do some material removal
Perfect.
on the edge right there.
Sounds like a plan. Tape. Whoop. So we need to tape this up so that we're not damaging that nice finish that we got there on the flats, and then we'll be able to have it in the vise, file on it, and still do test fits. We have scratched it already. How many hours have you spent sanding that?
Too many.
Already scratched.
We might need to polish the inside of the scales.
We should do that actually.
We really should. Smart things.
Dun 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 dun. Ah, my finger! Whoa! I'm so funny.
When I tried turning it, you can see the wear.
That is super cool, which means that we can see exactly if there are any points that are low. Like right here on that corner there, it looks fine.
Yeah.
But here, that's where it's the thickest. That means that you can do the bulk of the work right there and kind of do a little less over here. How much fun is this, Evan?
It's exciting. I'm not sure if it's fun.
Should we make it really fun?
How do we make it fun? That's how you do it!
Into the montage! wasn't filming, but you did a test fit. Is it good? Is it bad?
I think it's perfect.
Right, I'm gonna have a little feel. That's pretty nice. We could smoothen it up though. It's kind of rough, and that corner needs to go. So before we keep going with the fit, Evan is gonna take this apart. We've got some sandpaper down. The inside of those knife scales is just a smidge on the rough side. I've gone ahead and scratched that. And so we're gonna give it a little bit of a flatten it all off, smooth it down. Oh, wow. And look at that. So part of how this is 3D printed is they make what? Steel powder with a resin, they heat it up and they draw in copper to fuse it.
Yeah.
And so you can see the copper look to it.
Yeah.
How beautiful is that? Great. Let's do another fit up.
Oh, it's a little tight.
That's super interesting. So this is good that we put it together.
Yeah, because now that it's tight.
Now that it's tight, everything's
there.
where it's gonna
Yeah.
be. So we need to still take some more off that tiny little corner
Yeah.
right in here. We're now giving it a little bit of a sand there so it works nice and smoothly. Here's where we are right now after another fit up. We have some transfer blue, sadly not blue. Which means that we can help look at it. I used my phone as a magnifier to help us look in here, see exactly where we need to hit. Handy trick. And it is this back corner there that needs to be relieved. 1.5. Right, let's put it together. I really want to make sure that we haven't messed this up. So a little bit at a time, guys. Sorry, a little bit of patience will be required. Wait for it, keep holding it down,
My thumb!
And then let go. And we need to do more filing.
More. Okay.
Wait for it. Let's see. Oh. How does it look now? Oh, it's a little better. Is it tight now? It won't come out? Oh!
There's a nice, satisfying snap.
I think we have a gap right up top. Would you look at that? Check that out. Look at that photo. That's what we got right now. Okay, right, let's get to work. Moment of truth. Do we have the fit up?
Gosh, I'm so nervous.
Ow! There we go. That is a nice fit up. Ooh!
It's a good sound.
Yeah.
That's a nice sound.
awesome.
Oh, that's a snap. Now that we got the fit, I'm just getting those scratch lines running straight down the blade. Almost time for the masking before the etch. And we're now going to take it apart again. First, I'm going to touch up the sides. I'm going to acetone it down. Right, so I'm clearly the most qualified person in the room here for this step. And that is for us to get our Rimmel 60-second shine. What we've got to do is we need to mask all the critical areas. Oh, yeah, that was accurate. Look at that. The moment of truth. It is now that 3 days' work either comes to fruition or all fails. It is time for the ferric.
This one, right?
Yeah, that one there. Ferric chloride dip straight in. Come back next time on Alec Steele Vlogs to find out what happened. So while that is etching, we are going to make the thumb thingamawatsit on the knife. You'll know what that is. I don't have a better way of describing it, but it's gonna be good because it means that Caitlin, we're gonna do some lathe turning.
Yes.
We've got the knife made, fitted up, it's nice and solid. We also turned some thumb thingamawhatsits. I got Caitlin on the lathe. We had a huge amount of fun. The Damascus is beautifully polished up, wonderful contrast. They, on their channel right now, have a video that shows how these 3D printed knife scales were made. This is 3D printed stainless steel, amazing stuff. I really hope you guys check it out. And you guys have been filming your side of the whole time here, right?
Yeah, we should have that in about a week or so. We'll have some behind the scenes. We caught Alec dancing a few times.
It's not making it in there.
It'll be in there. It'll be in there.
Hang on, cut. Let's cut. Check out their channel. It's a huge amount of fun. And if you like this channel, you're going to love their channel. Guys, thank you so much for coming. It's been a massive amount of fun. We still got like a little bit left of a day, so we're going to see what we can do. So the next episode's going to be fun. So hit subscribe, and I'll see you then.
Bye.